It's all going back to where it began. Hello and welcome to Sweet Home California. My name is Jennifer, and I am referring to the People's Convoy, which started in California out of Adelanto February 23rd. I was able to see it off from here. It was only about an hour and a half away, but when they're coming back, I'm not really sure where they're going to be ending up, probably in Sacramento, because the reason they're leaving DC is because of a number of bills that are on the docket to be voted on in California, and I believe it's actually this week. So I'm not sure how fast they're going to be able to get here, but just the very fact that they are leaving Hagerstown, where they have been since March 4th or 5th, they're just the very fact that they're leaving there and on their way to California has already gotten them a lot of media coverage. In fact, there are people who are already talking about it here in California that they've already found out. But let me go ahead and review the reasons why they're coming back here to California. Let me go ahead and switch this up. Okay, so this was released last night. So this is their official notice as to why they are going to be leaving DC, and they're not leaving for good. They're just coming out to California because of just the impact that these bills are going to have on medical freedom, not just in California, because as I've often said, so goes California, so goes the nation. So they want to come out here to California because if they don't stop it here, California can be like a cancer and this stuff can spread throughout the whole nation. So anyhow, this is what it reads. The organizers have determined to leave Washington, D.C. area and take the convoy back to the states to do what truckers do best, roll. The People's Convoy is leaving Hagerstown, Maryland, and is going cross-country back to California. The California State Legislature is going to vote on the most invasive COVID-19 legislation yet. If the legislation passes, laws will be made that will make all state residents, including children, legally bound under criminal penalty of law to give up their basic medical freedoms in order to participate in society. The 10 bills that the convoy object to are as follows. SB 871, which adds COVID-19 injection to list of immunizations for public and private schools, regardless of FDA approval, no personal belief exemptions, and very rare medical exemptions. And it says C2098. AB 2098 classifies anti-COVID medical opinion as, quote, unprofessional conduct, unquote, subject to discipline by medical boards. SB 866 lowers the age of vax consent to 12 without parental consent or knowledge. SB 920 authorizes the medical board to inspect a doctor's office and medical records without a patient's consent. SB 1464 requires law enforcement to enforce public health guidelines or lose their funding. SB 1479 requires schools to create a long-term testing plans and to report test results to the California Department of Public Health. SB 1390 prohibits any person or entity from making statements the government deems untrue or misleading by any means, including on internet or ads. SB 1184 authorizes school health personnel to disclose child's medical info without parents' consent to a third party. AB 1797 creates an immunization tracking system giving all government agencies access to vax records of all persons. AB 1993 requires proof of COVID-19 vax for all employees and independent contractors to work in California. The People's Convoy unreservedly condemns these violations of basic rights that are being considered for law by the Legislature of California. Marcus Summers, who's a co-lead organizer of the People's Convoy, says, "We are leaving the DC area, but we are not abandoning this mission. Everything that we see in these 10 bills in California is in the bullseye of what we oppose. To not raise the alarm and bring pressure against these measures would be a dereliction of duty. The People's Convoy is in this for the long haul." These are all very disturbing. Any one of those would have never happened a couple years ago. I intend to cover them more in depth individually. Some of these I may have to have only on my Locals and Rumble channel, so make sure that you're following me over there. Also, there's a number of things that I get throughout the day that I just don't have time to cover, so please make sure that you are a member of the Sweet Home California Facebook group. I know not everybody likes Facebook, but you know, it's still there, it's still allowing me to post, and that's where I have the most connections right now. So in any case, I'll put a link down below, and that way you can go ahead and see some of the articles that I find important even before I have an opportunity to cover them on YouTube or any of the other video channels. So anyhow, if you're in California, please make your voices heard to your members of the state legislature and let them know that these things are not acceptable at all. It's only through that we are going to make changes. Unfortunately, I need to start covering about the election that's going to be coming up. The primary is in June for California, and we have what's called a jungle primary. And so the chances of us getting Republicans in is very slim, depending on where you're at, just the way that they have the lines for the different districts and everything. But we need to get involved. This is the time to be involved. So please make sure that you are paying attention to who the candidates are. If you have an opportunity to be a poll worker, make sure that you sign up. I was a poll worker for the recall election for Newsom, asking me to sign up again, and I will definitely be doing that. So please, if you've not been a poll watcher before, you do that through your county, through the Secretary of State at the county level. So please look for that and volunteer. We need to have more people volunteering to keep an eye on all of these elections that are going to be going on. Also, lastly, I need to figure out who is going to be running to oppose Newsom for governor. Larry Elder isn't running. Kevin Faulconer isn't running. Several others of the top Republicans that were in the debates for the recall election have opted not to run. So I don't know who is a viable candidate. But if you have your thoughts on who you like, please comment in the description or down in the comments below, and I will start doing my own research, and I will be reporting back as soon as possible. God bless, and I will talk to you next time.